was talking to somebody the other night at the coffee shop. And she wanted to know, why this much attention wasn't focused on the mass killing 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago in Buffalo at the Top supermarket. And at first I had no answer, but then as we sat there and talked about this, it occurred to me that the people who were killed in Buffalo, as horrifying as it was, they were not children. And not that one can, and I'm not trying to, not that one can compare the relative worth of someone's life, whether they're old or young, black or white, gay or straight, Jew or Gentile. It makes no difference. One killing is a tragedy. And who said it? Stalin? 1 million killings is a statistic. But 10, 12, 14, 19, 25 killings in a schoolroom is also a tragedy. And I'm very grateful that MSNBC, which is the station I have been following, I'm not sure about CNN, I'm sure they are too. I know the Fox Vomitorium is just doing their usual filthy shit. I don't watch that thing, any of the people that are on that horrible, horrible place. But that's the best I can come up with. That the focus on what happened in the school is not a reflection of some sort of bigotry or anything of the sort. It's because these were kids. These were little kids. My God, 9 and 10-year-olds. 9 and 10-year-olds. I have a 10-year-old granddaughter. I've had 10-year-old kids. And whatever crying and weeping I have done over the past 3 days is just meaningless. The tragedy is mine in a political sense, in an overall sense of what is happening in this country, but on the level of the individual pain and horror and anguish that belongs to the people who lost their kids and their grandkids to the fascist Christians in this country who refuse, utterly, absolutely refuse to take these weapons and fucking blow them up, burn them, whatever is necessary. And it is madness. It is insanity. And that's where you and I live. In a madhouse. So Kay, my education affairs correspondent, sent me an email. Hi, Mike. If you've seen Michael Moore's Bowling for Columbine, you're aware of the fact that the NRA held its convention in Denver just days after the massacre at Columbine High School not far away. I know I shouldn't be shocked anymore, especially because they did the same thing after the other school shooting covered in Moore's film. They held their annual conference just miles away from Flint, Michigan, the sign of the shooting, in Detroit. But you know what? I am still shocked and outraged that they're doing it again after Uvalde, this time in Houston. While I was poking around to find clips from Bowling for Columbine, I stumbled across a piece from NPR. The title is, quote, "A secret tape made after Columbine shows the NRA's evolution on school shooting," end quote. And I will link it at the end of this email. The NRA ultimately decided to hold its convention in Denver after this most recent shooting, albeit vastly scaled down in size. It was met, after Columbine, it was met by thousands of protesters. And inside that convention, then NRA President Carlton Heston delivered the defiant message that the NRA leaders had planned in their private calls, a message very similar to the group's position on mass shootings today, and that is the national media is not to be trusted, and any conversation about guns and the NRA after mass shootings is an untoward politicization of the issue. Here is a piece from the tape. Quote, this is Carlton Heston speaking. Quote, "Why us? Because their story needs a villain. They want us to play the heavy in their drama of packaged grief, to provide riveting programming to run between commercials for cars and cat food. The dirty secret of this day and age is that political gain and media ratings all too often bloom on fresh graves." End quote. P.S. After Tuesday's school shooting, I wish I could retire today. Yesterday, in fact. I am so done. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.